Hey guys, Isaiah here from North Country Studios. Today I'm just going to show you a little bit of how I prepare for a shoot. Thought it might be interesting to take you guys along. One of the first things I do is make sure that my camera bag is all set. This one is from Best Buy. The brand is Low Pro and it holds everything I need pretty much. All my lenses. I mainly shoot with a 24mm and a 50mm fixed lens, but I also do have a 75 to 300 telephoto and the stock 18 to 55 that comes with the camera. But I mainly shoot with this lens, which is the 24mm, and this lens is my go-to, especially for those nice shots. The 50mm that goes down to 1.8. And so this holds everything. It holds the camera, which I'm using to shoot right now actually, and all the lenses, extra batteries. Don't really ever need them. Usually the battery lasts long enough, but that's the first thing that I make sure to check is this bag. Next thing that I do is I look at the route we're going to be taking. So whether I'm planning the route or if somebody else is planning the route, I like to take a look at it with Onyx Off-Road. So let me show you a little bit what that's like. Just give me a second here. Alright, so this is a little bit of how I go through things. One of the things that I like about Onyx is once you've done a track and you can see where you've done something before, it gives you all the details. Like tomorrow I'm on kind of a time crunch for a shoot, and so I can go back to this track because that's where we're going to be going, and I can see that it took me about an hour and a half, and that included taking some pictures too of my own vehicle and another random vehicle I met. So I know that this is going to take about an hour and a half, including pictures. That's 27 miles, and I can take a look at the route, kind of see where we're going to be going, see what was closed last time. Last time I had planned to go this way, but ended up having to go this way. So that's what I like about Onyx, is it really lets you map out your route. You see this red is what I had mapped out, and during the summer that might be passable, but it wasn't this time of year. But so that's the next thing I do is I go on to Onyx and kind of look at where I'm going to be going, whether I'm scheduling the route or if I'm just riding along. I like to know where I'm going. I like to have the route on Onyx. So that's the next thing that I like to do. And as far as what happens during a shoot, if it's an off-roading shoot, then I will most likely tag along with you in your vehicle. I can use my own vehicle if you aren't comfortable with that, but I like to focus on the photography aspect and not so much the off-roading aspect when I'm doing a shoot. So I prefer that, and that way I can get the best pictures for you. And so I may have you stop, let me get out of the car, the rig, and then I will run ahead and get action shots and so on, and get the better shots of you actually driving and stuff. And then as far as regular cars or sports cars and those kinds of things, a shoot, what happens is we find a location that is good to shoot, maybe a gas station or empty parking lot or somewhere scenic that we want to do a shoot, and then I get certain shots of the car, and then I might have you spin it around, park it this way, park it that way, those kinds of things, and then I might have you do a drive-by to get an action shot. So those are kind of the basics of how a shoot works with me. So those are just kind of the basic things for that. And so then after the shoot is done, I come back here to my computer and I hop into Adobe Lightroom and I get work on editing the photos and try to get those to you as soon as possible. I try to do same day or 1 to 2 day turnaround if I can. Try to get those photos to you as soon as possible. But that doesn't always happen depending on how late the shoot goes and so on. But that's what I try to do, is I try to come home, put those photos on the computer, and edit them as quickly as I can. So that way we have that quick turnaround. And so, yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of an overview of how I prepare for a shoot, how maybe you can be thinking about how you might want to prepare if you do schedule a shoot, and kind of an overview of how shoots go with me. So, and if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or post them in the comments below, and see you guys out there.